Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I do have the same makeup look on because I'm filming this video right after I filmed the other one. Yeah, I just want to quickly talk about, it's not much to talk about. I just wanted to briefly talk about, let these products have its own shine and why I love these. But it's the best foundation and concealers for dry skin. So my dry skin people, I feel you because I have dry skin myself. I have normal to dry, and in the summertime, there's only one spot I get oily, which is literally right here, which is crazy and weird. But I'm always dry all year round. My whole body's dry, my face. It's not like it's not like really dry, but it's dry for my liking. Like I like to look glowy, kind of sweating kind of look, and I never get like that. That's why I have a skincare. But anyway, so of course I do my skincare well. I have a good skincare routine, but somehow when I still put makeup on, it kind of sometimes powders could look dry on me. Some foundations could look dry on me. It's just depending on the products, what they're mixed with, what primers they're mixed with, what powders. Sometimes I don't know, it still could get dry looking. I'm still kind of working on this, seeing my perfect duo. But these are the best duos I tried, and these duos are like the best I've been using for years already. And I feel like I always go back to it. I'm always using it every time I do my makeup, and it helps me in my dry skin. So yeah, let's just get to the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up for more videos like this, and yeah, let's just get to the video. Alright, so when it comes to foundation concealer, sometimes it depends what you mix with. So that's why I've been sticking to the same routine for a couple of months already because it helps me a lot. My skin still can get a little bit dry looking, but I'm still working on it when it comes to makeup. My skincare has been really good. Like when I just have skincare on, my skin looks awesome and glowy. But sometimes when I put makeup on, it looks still kind of drying. So right now it doesn't look so dry. Like it looks pretty glowy. Like I like my skin right now. It looks really good. But sometimes it could still look dry in certain parts. I'm still working on it, like I said. But this is the products that help me kind of help it. And so of course I prime because I feel like primer not only makes your makeup last, but it's also gonna have like that underneath base that we want, and it protects kind of like it's like a barrier between skincare and makeup because I feel like you don't want to mix all that. I don't know, it just feels weird. But sometimes, I mean, I always use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I've been using this for about a year already, and I love it so much because it's such a hydrating primer but also sticky. So I love that the foundation sticks to it. I feel like once the foundation sticks to it, it's automatically gonna just like stay there, stay put, last long, and also like not look dry looking. It's just gonna stick there with something hydrating and like gel kind of. Also, another primer that helps is my Morphe Revitalizer primer. I love this because it's very moisturizing and it also blurs. So if you're dry and if you want a primer that's gonna kind of look like airbrush, you want your makeup to look airbrush, but you feel like a lot of primers are gonna dry you out, like those pore filling ones, or you feel like the primers are too matte for you. I recommend this primer, the Morphe Revitalizer, because it moisturizes so nice. It looks glowy underneath your foundation, and it's also gonna blur anything you want to blur on your face. So it does that all at the same time, and it makes your makeup last long. So I really recommend this primer right here. And I like any primer that's tacky as well. Also, another thing that helps me with my foundation, concealer especially, is setting spray. So any spray, like the Urban Decay All Nighter, helps lock in my makeup, last all day. And then I like to use any like dewy mist or hydrating mist, which is I use the Glow Recipe watermelon one. I use this, I blend it on my sponge, and then I blend it with my concealer or foundation, and it makes everything look glowy. Just sets in and more natural looking and not cakey. So that also helps that. I just spray it on my sponge, and then I spray it after and before I'm gonna set my face. I spray it also all over. And then I also go with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist because it's such a fine mist. That's what I like about it. Alright, so now I'm gonna go on to the foundations that I love. Those sprays just help everything, and like those primers work well work well with these products. So the first foundation I'm gonna talk about is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. So this foundation is very light coverage. This foundation is just like a daytime foundation if you want something very light coverage, and also has SPF, which is good. And this just overall looks very like natural looking, which is not gonna look cakey. So if you're a light coverage kind of girl, this is for you, but it's not gonna make you look dry or anything. And the next foundation is the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation. So this foundation has hyaluronic acid, which helps retain moisture, which dry skin needs, because we lack moisture, and that's what we need to put back in our skin. So yeah, this foundation is kind of like a medium coverage, but it also makes you look very dewy and nice. So the next foundation, my all-time favorite, I'm wearing now. I've been wearing it like every time I wear makeup lately. It's just the foundation I'm always wearing. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So this foundation has been my go-to. I feel like this foundation is great for any skin type, even dry skin, which is so weird because it's very weird when a foundation works for every skin type, which is like my skin could get very dry when I apply makeup. So for this foundation, for me not to look like dry, and what I do to it, of course, I prep my skin and all that. Of course, skin prep is important, and the primers, like I mentioned, and setting sprays. But this foundation, this foundation is great during the day. You want to go out at night, have a full coverage look. Like, oh my god, this foundation does everything in one. It's medium. You could build it up to full coverage, and you can make it look matte and dewy at the same time, which I love, because if you want a matte look, you can wear this foundation. If you want a dewy look, you could also do it with this foundation, which is so weird, but I love this foundation. There's a little bit darker though. I got a darker shade because I like to look a little darker. So my next foundation, this is my all-time favorite, my first fave before the Born This Way. This is the Hourglass Warm Ivory. That's my shade. The Hourglass Stick Foundation. So this foundation is very, very pricey, but it's worth every penny to me. I feel like this foundation is the best in the market for dry skin, and a lot of dry skin people like this because I feel like this foundation is very creamy. So when you apply it, it's gonna be very creamy, which I feel like dry skin kind of is better when you use cream, like more creamier foundations, because kind of like looks and feels more moisturizing than like liquid foundation and stuff. So this is also a very creamy foundation, which is great for dry skin, and I love this foundation so much. Like it makes you have like that ultimate glowy look, which I love. On to concealers. So I'm gonna talk about two concealers that are matte but works great for dry skin. It's the Morphe Fluidity Concealer, which I'm using right now. So my under eyes do look matte, but it's not drying. And I don't mind my eyes to look matte, because I feel like when it comes to my under eyes, I like it to look matte, but I don't want it to feel drying or look drying. So that's why I like this concealer, and it's also full coverage. But I just also feel like once I set my sponge with it and I blend it in, it looks perfect. It doesn't like dry my under eyes. It doesn't look cakey or nothing. That's what I like about this concealer. The next concealer is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. So this is also a matte concealer, but this concealer does not. It's the same thing like the Morphe, but it's a little more expensive. But it does the same thing. Like it looks matte, but doesn't feel matte, and it doesn't look drying. But like I said, so my next concealer is, if you feel like these concealers are still too dry for you, matte concealers, I feel like this concealer would do. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So this is their satin finish one. So satin finish is perfect for if you don't want it to look too dewy or too matte, which I always prefer. I feel like the look I have is kind of in between, like a satin. That's the look I always go for, and that's the look I always like. But I do have dry skin, so I kind of do have to like work with it. So, but this concealer is great if you want that full coverage look, but you don't want it to look drying or feel drying. This concealer will do, but you want like that full coverage look. That's pretty much it for my tips and tricks on how to work my foundation and concealers to look less drying, and the best ones I use. And I'm always gonna recommend bomb products, not just products that are like, you know, these products are also bomb. Some of them are very old. Most of you probably tried this already and love it as much as I do, but if you don't, you gotta get them because you're gonna love it as much as I do. And yeah, give this video a big thumbs up for more videos like this. Turn on your notification bell right next to the subscribe button so every time I upload you're notified. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.